Hi guys, we're here at Buckle and Boots with Mr. Gary Quinn. Gary, thanks for joining us.
Not a problem.
Much appreciated.
No, I appreciate you guys coming down to help out as well.
Are you enjoying the festival so far?
I am. Yeah, the last night was the first night, and you kind of go on a whim to make sure everything's okay, and kind of hope people turn up, and they've been here, which is great. It was busy, and it was great atmosphere last night.
So how did you get involved with the organisation of this?
The organisers here also do a festival in July called Blackthorn. And we played last year at Blackthorn Fest. And Carl approached us then a couple of months after that, saying he would be interested in putting on a country festival. It was something I had a vision of as well to do somewhere down the line, and the time felt right. So we just come together and discussed it, and kind of laid out what we wanted to be, what we didn't want it to be, and left me to go ahead and book all the bands and do what had to be done, and reached out to a few Americans, a lot of the UK acts, and the premise was really we wanted to focus on the UK acts, to give them a festival that they felt that they wanted to be a part of, and thankfully everyone has said yes, and they wanted to be involved.
It's great to see another kind of outlet opening up for these UK country acts. Is that something that's much needed for you guys?
I think so. You know, I've been very fortunate doing this the last couple of years, playing different festivals, and being allowed to go into music festivals and do the country thing, not just play the country festivals. I just felt for myself and for friends within the community that we wanted a festival totally dominated by UK country acts, and there's a few out there, and we're not competing with them. We just wanted to put on something in a setting like this that we felt we could achieve, and I think if we can all put on a great festival, then we're all winners. So there's no competition with that, but we felt the time was right to do this now, just as much for the fan as the artist as well.
You've been to the US a number of times, haven't you? Have you ever been to a US festival over there?
Only CMA Fest. Yeah, I've only been to CMA. I played it a couple of years ago on one of the acoustic stages there, and it was amazing. Funny, but what we're hearing from some people who are here this weekend that have been to US festivals have said it's a very similar layout and a similar feel. So it wasn't an intentional thing. We just wanted to put on our festival. But it's great to see that comparison coming through.
Tell us about Nashville from an artist's perspective. I've never been there. So
have you never been? You got to go first and foremost. But Nashville, I think, if you take country out of it, if you're just creative in any way, shape or form, as soon as you touch tarmac in Nashville, you feel that you're at home. That's how I felt. And you know, walking around, seeing all the different haunts that maybe your artists that you follow have played, and whenever they're talking about them in songs and interviews, you feel like you've already been there, and it doesn't let you down. It's a city, but it feels like a town, and that felt very familiar to me, being from Ireland and being from Oma, a kind of smallish town, and that's what I felt. You know, everybody was warm and welcoming. The door's always open. They mightn't open it fully for you, but if you're good enough, you can get through the door, and so long as you're mannerly and have respect, you're given opportunities. So if you've never been, go.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah.
The trouble is I'm like 18 at the moment, and you have to be like 21 to get in the bars, so I've got
go and you can drink.
I will do. Let's talk music for you. Your last album was released in 2013.
That's right, towards the end of that.
So have you got anything in the pipeline?
Yeah, just about to drop a single now, mid-July. 18th of July, we're going to go with Shame. And then that'll be followed up by the EP. Might do another single after Shame called Body Language. We'll see how we feel. But really proud of the new EP. It's Shame's an edgier kind of feel to it than what I've done in the past, but I think the actual EP itself still retains that Gary Quinn sound, if you want. You know, there's a lot of steel on there. It's still traditionally country, and again, it's songwriting's my forte, which I want to push, and I'm proud of the song. So I'm excited to get Shame out because it's a different kind of Gary Quinn feel, but certainly it'll be followed up by what people are used to, you know. And
the last time I saw you performing was with Aaron Watson in Manchester, the Ruby Lounge.
Yeah.
And I spoke to Aaron, and I asked him this question, so I'll ask the same to you. What's your view on kind of the modern take of country music? Because you and Aaron are very similar, that you kind of keep it country. So
that's right. I mean, first, I'm a country fan, so I've always been intrigued by the lyric. Yeah. It's always been the story that's dragged me in, and the polished effect of the actual sound of the record as well has always been what I've gone after. The bro country thing that was coming out maybe a couple of years ago wouldn't have been my forte. You know, too many songs had the word crazy and truck in it, you know, and you know, it's grand now and again, but to hear it repeatedly, it just got a bit pop-like. So I'd have just been listening to Keith Urban, Brad Paisley, Garth Brooks as normal. But what I'm really liking is the new take, the way some of the new tracks are coming out. I mean, Mo Pitney, I think, is bringing it back. Chris Stapleton, obviously, what he achieved. And I think the record producers out in Nashville have kind of come together and said, look, we need to bring it back ourselves. And they chose Chris Stapleton maybe to be that forefront. And the fact he went on to win all his awards signalled for me that Nashville's taken that view. So it's reining it back into the story. I don't care how really it's produced outside that. If the song's good enough, it'll fly. But some of the bro country, the songs just weren't
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So, and in September, I think it is, you're going on a little co-headlining tour with Luke and Mel. Right, so how much are you looking forward to that?
Can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be the first really full band tour we've done, and Luke obviously is a big friend and he plays in my band, so it made sense to do something together. We'll both have new music out at the same time, and it just feels right to go and do that. We're taking in Manchester and London, Newcastle and Glasgow. So we've never done Glasgow before, or at least I haven't, so I'm looking forward to doing that. London and Manchester and Glasgow have always been pretty supportive, so great to bring just a full band sound to that rather than the acoustic thing.
I mean, Luke and Mel are at the festival as well, aren't they? So what can they offer, do you think, on the co-headline tour?
I think, again, Luke in the past maybe wouldn't have been so into songwriting, but with collaborating with Mel, he kind of found that, and Mel's a great writer too, and they've got a great partnership going with that, and they sound authentic to me. They're writing about things that you can connect with, and at the end of the day, Luke being a friend and Mel being a friend, if I didn't feel that the partnership wasn't right to do a co-headline tour, I just wouldn't have done it. But I think that the two music sets can sit alongside each other and bring a really kind of fun tour, and we'll get people involved to open up as well as we go around. So it just feels right, and it sounds right to me as well. It's not just something that we're doing because we can. It just feels right musically.
You're doing a few festivals as well over the summer, aren't you? So tell the folks where they can come see you.
Yeah, we've got plenty going on. Obviously, we've got Buckland Boots this weekend, but we're doing Blackthorn Fest back here in July. We've got a couple of things happening in August. I think we're down in Debenham at some point in Suffolk, and we're taking in Preston as well at another festival. So plenty going on. If they just kind of visit the website garyquinn.co.uk live, they'll see where we're playing, what we're doing.
Thanks for your time, Gary. Much appreciated.
Thank you for interviewing us and getting involved in the festival and getting behind it.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Signing out from Buckland Boots with Gary Quinn.